Hey guys, and welcome to Section 5, Chapter 3 of the Pre-Algebra program. And in this section, we are going to learn how to solve two-step equations. So in the last couple of sections, we have been learning to solve for variables using either adding or subtracting away from the variable, or then multiplying or dividing away from the variable. And in this section, we're going to combine those two ideas. So now it's going to take two operations to solve the equation. So I want you guys to write down this box of terms. And these are the steps that we're going to use to solve our equations. So the first thing that we want to do is make sure that we've combined all of the like terms. And then we're going to identify the variable that we're solving for. Next, we're going to add or subtract away from the term with the variable. Then we're going to multiply or divide away from the variable. And finally, we're going to check our solution. So it seems like a lot, but the more practice you get, the easier it's going to be. And this is really a critical step in the algebra program. So we really want to spend some time to really master this. So I'm going to jump right in with some examples for you. And there's lots of examples in the book too, so hopefully it should be enough for you to kind of get a sense of what we're doing here. Okay, so my first example is 2x minus 7 equals 9. And the first thing we need to do is combine like terms. Well, by that I mean the like terms on the same side of the equal sign. And for us, we only have two terms here on the left. We have the 2x and we have the negative 7. And we cannot combine those. So the next thing we need to do is identify the variable that we're solving for. So in this case, you should see the x term here. That is what we're trying to solve for. Next step, we are going to add or subtract away from the term with the variable. And in this case, we notice that we are being subtracted by 7 here. So when we're subtracting by 7, we're going to add 7 to both sides in order to move it over. And now when we bring down the 2x, we get 2x plus 0 here, which is what we needed. And then we add straight down here to get 16. Okay, if we rewrite this so that 2x equals 16, now it looks like something we just did, right? We can notice that the 2 is being multiplied by the x. And so in order to undo multiplication, we're going to divide each side by 2. And then I can just do that. 16 divided by 2 is 8. Okay, so I think my solution is 8, but we're going to check it by making the replacement. So I'm going to copy the problem down again, but instead of writing x, I'm going to write 8. And I'm going to check and see if this actually equals the same thing. So remember my order of operations. I have to do 2 times 8, which is 16. And then I subtract here and I get 9 equals 9. So I am good to go. All right. If you need to pause the video to make sure you're caught up, please do that. If you feel like I'm going too fast, I just don't want the video to drag too much. So pause is necessary. Okay, next example. 3m plus 5 equals 2. And again, there are no items to combine here, so we'll jump right to identifying our variable, which is right here, m. And the next thing we need to do is add or subtract away. So right now, we're adding 5 to both sides. So the first thing we're going to do is subtract 5 from both sides. Remember, you always do the opposite. Okay, so now I'm going to bring down my 3m. And I'm going to do this 2 minus 5. Read down. I want you to read down in order to solve this right-hand side. So we have 2 minus 5. And if you need to jump on your number line, feel free to do that. If we are at 2 and we're subtracting 5, we go this way. It's going to take us to negative 3. So 3m equals negative 3. And now we're going to divide both sides by 3 because 3m is stuck together by multiplication. So we undo multiplication with division. And we get m equals negative 1, right? So negative 3 divided by 3 is negative 1. And now we're going to check it. So I'm going to rewrite my problem, making the substitution where x equals negative 1. And now I'm going to do 3 times a negative 1, which is negative 3. And when I add 5 to that, I get 2 equals 2. So I know that m equals negative 1. All right, I'm going to keep on rolling here. Pause if you need to. Next example, y divided by 3 plus 2 equals 10. Don't need to combine, we just need to identify the variable. There he is, my y. And then I'm seeing here I'm adding 2, so the next thing I need to do is subtract 2 from both sides. All right, I'm going to stop writing 0 here and see if you guys can catch on. Y divided by 3, then I just do this operation. 10 minus 2 is 8. Okay, now I need to multiply or divide away. Right now, this variable is being divided by 3. So we undo division with multiplication. And then I get y equals 24. All right, let's take a minute and check it. I'm going to substitute 24 in for y. And then I'm going to do this division. 24 divided by 3 is 8. And then I'm going to add. And 10 equals 10. So guess what? Y equals 24. All right. Let's do another one. I'm filling you with lots of examples here because I know that this is tricky. 8 equals n divided by negative 7 minus 5. All right, so notice they're on opposite sides now, but that's okay. Everything in algebra works the same as long as you follow the rules. So we identify our variable. There he is. And now over here, I see that we're subtracting 5. So to undo subtraction, I need to add 5 to both sides so that those go away. I bring down this n divided by 7. And I do this addition. 8 plus 5 is 13. And now I notice n is being divided by negative 7 here. So I have to multiply both sides by negative 7. And this goes away. So now you guys are probably going to have to do a little 13 times negative 7 over here. And you should get negative 91. And we'll see how this checks out. So now in order to check this, I need to replace it where my n was. All right, negative 91 divided by negative 7. You guys will have to do that off to the side. You should get 13. And then if you do the subtraction, you get 8 equals 8. All right, guys, I'm going to quickly do one more example for you. And in this one, you need to combine like terms first. 8y minus 9y plus 6 equals negative 4. So now notice on the left side of the equal sign, I have two terms I can combine. So 8y minus 9y gives me a minus 1y, or just minus y, plus 6, and that equals negative 4. So that was my first step, combining like terms. Now I identify the variable I'm solving for here, and I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides, right? We're going to add or subtract away. So negative y now, oops, sorry about that, equals negative 10. Again, jump on your number line. You're at negative 4 and you're taking away 6. You're going this way. It's going to be negative 10. And then this is a tricky one. This is like negative 1y. And we need to get rid of that negative 1. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 1 so that I get a positive y here. And negative 10 divided by negative 1 should be a positive 10. Now when you go back and check these, the checking is a little bit trickier, right? Because now I have two places I need to make the replacement. Eight times 10 is 80. 9 times 10 is 90. And then do the subtraction first, negative 10 here, plus 6. And then this subtraction. So y equals 10. Okay, you guys, I tried to move quickly through that so that you had lots of examples that you can pause and go back to. Make sure that you open up your book, read through the examples, and finish your notes and begin your assignment.